It's Rick without the K. James presents In My Opinion Podcast.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. Thank you for watching.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
What's your average viewers on the show?
What's your average?
Oh, Jesus, don't get into that. I'm waiting for the goal.
That's one of my
That's
questions.
what this episode's about to be.
That's one of my questions.
Okay. All right, can you guys shut the fuck up so I can get myself an intro? Jesus Christ, this is going to be the intro. All right, you guys, we are back for another episode of In My Opinion Podcast. It's season 4. Season 4. Yeah,
How many
4.
episodes per season?
12, like a regular fucking season. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
uncancelable.
Season 4.
No one can cancel you but you.
Don't worry, you can binge. You can binge
All right,
the first.
maybe
3
I should have told
seasons.
you guys the rules. No talking over one another. You know how hard this is going to be for me to edit
No,
this
we're
shit?
gonna fucking. This is gonna be the funniest episode ever in the history of your fucking show. We're gonna quadruple the numbers.
Yeah, you got me
All
and
right,
Ellis
let me
together.
introduce my
Said no
guests because
talking over
nobody
each
knows
other.
who the fuck you guys are yet. All right,
Everybody
goddamn
knows
it.
exactly
All
who
right.
we are.
To my right, I've got my man Lefty, but you might know him as Ryan Anderson. All right?
Yeah,
AKA
Lefty's kind of dead.
Yeah. Doing comedy with this gentleman for over 10 years. To my left, I have one of the comedians that I've been trying to get on this podcast.
trying
The
Yes.
man.
very hard
Yes.
by
The
never
myth.
asking.
One of my brother's favorites. My brother seen you, my older brother.
I know you had a brother.
He tried really
yeah.
hard. Never asked me once.
No.
Had my phone number. Never asked.
But
But he put it in
But
the
I'm
universe.
thankful that I've got Ellis Rodriguez here on my left.
What's up?
If you don't know who Ellis is, then you don't watch Comedy Central.
Damn
you don't
right.
watch Heart of the City because that's what he was on.
Because your
and
boy
he
is a
came
beast.
through and
you
he
didn't
ripped.
see NBC's. I was on something. You didn't see Laughs on Fox. You didn't see all these obscure, random comedy bullshit that I was on.
Chocolate Sundays, right? You've done Chocolate Sundays.
Of
too.
course, I've done
Okay, there
Chocolate
you go.
Sundays.
I would give you a hug. I knew you were doing all that. When
They
I
need
saw you.
caramel sauce, my
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. So Ellis has been ripping for over 10 years too.
Yes.
We are gonna have. I've got some comedy questions. I got some sport questions. I got some
Right.
shit that I'm gonna ask you guys. So we're gonna lead into the first question here.
Question
and
number
I
1.
bring this up.
Why
I'm gonna
is this
tell,
your headshot?
I'm gonna
Why
tell.
did you pick? And then I don't know who the editor is. Cut to the shot, nigga. You look like a gangster Ninja Turtle, nigga. You look.
It's like the guy
You
you
look
Todd
like a-
Splinter.
Jesus.
A young
All right.
Raphael.
Let
Like,
me
what
get to the
nigga,
first
what?
goddamn
Turtles. He
question.
said they had 5 cents. I think of 4.
The reason I'm bringing this up, I'm gonna
Okay.
come straight out the gate with this. Is because I tell everybody this. I've probably referenced it on the podcast already 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
But I wanted to talk about it while I had you in front of me.
Of course.
Ellis. But this will lead us to you guys' story. I'll tell mine first. And the
And this is
question
the
is,
story- and the question is,
what have you
why
learned
do you-
from another comic?
Oh,
and
okay.
what was it? Right. And I've said this story before, but I'll say it in front of you. I had Ellis on a show one time, and it was here in Modesto, and you had to hit a certain number for the venue to pay you. Mm-hmm. I almost didn't hit that number. And I came to you, and I was like, hey, Ellis, man, I don't know if we're going to hit the number, blah, blah, blah. And you looked me straight in my eyes and was like, that doesn't sound like it's my problem, brother. And I was like, no, Ellis, you don't realize. And it was a large number. Like, you had to hit like 300 people to get paid, right? And I think I hit like 280, 290. And it was my birthday fucking show,
Damn.
right?
I
It was my
apologize.
birthday show.
Where
right?
was this at? What
It was
location?
at Fat Cat, right? Because you know how they used
Oh,
to do
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You had to hit a certain fucking
No,
number
for
to
sure.
get paid,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
That's right.
even
I
though
forgot
I
about
had
that.
like 280 people plus there, I was like, I don't know if I hit that 300. And basically, you told me, "Hey, that's your fucking problem, not mine. Where's my money?" And at first, I got upset, but you taught me something that night that I've said. That he goes, "If you don't like the deal, then don't make the fucking deal."
Yeah.
He goes, "You," and I said, and I learned that early in the game, so I wanted to sit here and say thank you. I know it was a hard lesson to learn that night. We did get paid,
And that's what I said?
Yeah. You was like, and where's my money?
If you would have asked me, I would have told you give the guy counting the door $20 and he's gonna click you up to freaking 300, man.
Yeah. There's definitely
That's what
ways.
I'd never miss my numbers there. That guy loved me up front. That's
So,
typical day.
that was what I learned. I wanted to share it with you, and not to make it seem like, and I've never made it seem like you was a dick because of that. I give you credit.
Sure sounds like I'm a dick.
Because
That's how I heard it.
because it was a hard lesson that I had to learn, and I'm glad that I learned it that early in the game, bro. Because of you saying that, I make sure when you asked me earlier when you got here, you was like, hey, are you doing shows as much as you do? And that's one of the reasons I don't anymore. Because if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense to me, goddamn.
Amen.
I'd rather sit here, fool around, fuck around with two people that I love being around and hanging around and talk that shit. So that's my story. We're going to head over to you first, Ellis, then we'll kick it back over to Ryan.
That was a fun room, by the way, Fat Cat.
That was a great fucking story. And I apologize, but that's real though, you know, because like sometimes the booker be talking to you, and they're going, "Oh, if this happens, this happens," but it's like, nah. Remember 2 months ago, you said, "Hey, show up at this place at this time, and then do comedy, and I'll give you this much money."
Yeah.
And I said, "Cool," and then we hung up, and then maybe I sent you a headshot. You didn't say, "Hey, show up at this place at this time, and if I get 300 people, then I have enough money to pay you."
You might get paid.
You know what I'm saying? So now I just done drove all the way to goddamn Modesto. Like, nigga.
Yeah. No, definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
So, I would. Okay, another random comedian that I never see anymore, and I miss him. But I've been running into him lately is Kirk and Camry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Kirk is one of those dudes that, like, he was a Marine.
Yeah.
And he was a light-skinned, fucking hilarious comedian in the game when I started, right?
Yeah.
So I looked up to him, and he took me on his wing immediately. He was like, "Oh, this is so-and-so." Like, Kirk's always looked out for me, and I think of him as big bro.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yo, I got this show for you in Bakersfield. Let's go to Bakersfield." So I'm like, "All right." And so we're driving to Bakersfield. And he's saying, "Oh, man, have you ever played such and such room?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Nigga, I ripped it." I was like, "What?" He was like, "I killed it. Everybody." They had to call the 911. People was dying. I was like, "Okay, you're really funny." And then he was like, "Oh, and then salad tomatoes. You ever do that?" Man, they don't pay no money. But like, I was there last week. Nigga, I ripped and I murdered. And I was like, "Okay." And he described the whole fucking thing. And then after like the 5th or 6th story, I was like, "Okay, nigga, like I get it, Kirk. You're really funny." And then I go, just to change the subject, I'm like, "So this place where we're going, like, who else have you brought down here?" And he was like, "I brought G King out here last week, nigga. He ripped." And then he told me the exact same story. With the same enthusiasm of all his rip stories, he was like, "Oh, G King did this thing, and then this there was a table that he had memorized all these moments." And that's when Kirk was just hungry. And that's when I was like, "Oh, this nigga loves being in the room when somebody rips." Right? Like he was like, sometimes he does good. Right? And everybody laughs and he gets paid, and but sometimes he rips. And I was like, that's where I want to be. Like, I don't want to show up and everybody was like, "Ellis was the funniest guy here." Man, 45 fucking minutes, you're gonna bury everybody. You know what I'm saying? You're like, well, it's really cool that you could talk that long. You have that much bullshit to say. Like, I don't know. I want to fucking rip. Okay. And then there was that mentality of that dog, and that got in me early, right? So it's like when people would go to the competitions, they would get all nervous, and I was like, "But what am I gonna do? I'm gonna try and fucking rip. I'm not gonna rip harder, right? I haven't been doing the same set at the same mics at the same speed, just hoping that one day they get better. Like, I've been trying to fucking murder every fucking night. Yeah. So then when you're in a competition or you're in some kind of high stakes thing, it's like, well, what should I do? I should probably do the same thing I always do, and I should try and fucking rip, you know? And so then that high gets harder to you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So then sometimes you have a really good set, and everybody's like, "Oh, man, that was really good." And you're like, "Nah." You know what I mean? But chasing
a high standard's good, you know?
But chasing the high, chasing the feeling of like.
So you're saying Kurt taught you how to chase that feeling a little bit more? Is that?
Kirk just really brought home to me like that there's levels to this shit. And you got it like he knows when you killed.
I know
we all know.
Oh, okay.
I know
Like, so everybody when you get upset, that's what's killing motherfuckers' careers is good set. Hey, good set, bro. Was it a good set? Because you ran your mouth for 10 minutes, but nobody here gives a fuck. Nobody here's gonna remember your name.
And how recent was that?
This is when I started.
Oh, when he took you down to Bakersfield?
This is when I first started.
Oh, okay.
This is when I first started. But that's when I was like, oh shit, yeah. Like these old heads, they see the difference between you running your mouth for 30 minutes and you ripping for 30 minutes.
Right.
There's a fucking difference. And some people aren't even doing that. They're just trying to write enough jokes to fill the time.
Well, I know what you mean, like chasing the high too, because like I said, I met you when I first met you early on, just at some open mic up in at Pepper Belly's, and I was trying to feel you out. I'm like, is this guy cocky or confident? I was trying to figure out like this guy's just confident, which is good. That was fun, yeah. But you talk about the high, like I said, you've obviously had more crushing sets than I have, and you've been doing it longer. But like that high, like I've had like 2 out of body experiences in my life, and one was on stage at San Jose Improv. Like,
my god,
killing in front of that many people.
That stage is a fucking wet dream, dude.
Yeah.
When it's packed, that's the best room
it
in the
is
Bay.
the perfect room.
Yeah,
I like Purple Onion a lot. I know what it's like, the new place.
Yeah,
but San Jose
a lot of
packed,
the other spot, but San Jose packed
it's like I had out of body. I was outside looking at myself. I was doing the set. It was weird.
A 10-minute set easily becomes a 7-minute set because the laughter just
it's vicious.
Yeah,
because it once it's packed, you don't get the high ceiling effect because you got all those people laughing at the really close to the ceiling. So it feels small. It feels like a 200. It feels, and they all feel like they're on you, right? You can and you can see them. You can at the San Jose Improv, the kind of the way they light it.
The ones below you, right?
Yeah, the ones that are below you. So you have this like where like you're actually talking to people here, and then you see just like the bright lights, and so you just hear it, and it's like the acoustics. Yeah. Oh,
I think for like a smaller room, comparable is, and I haven't been there. I don't even know if it's open, but I haven't been there in 5-6 years. Is Ice House in Pasadena.
Ice House is cool too.
Where I just tell people, I'm like, you can't do a bad set. You're gonna die.
All right, you did a horrible crime, and now you gotta die. All right, but the day before you die, they're like, you get to fuck somebody on a comedy stage, right? So you get to pick the baddest bitch ever. You're just gonna pick a super baddie, and you're gonna fuck her on a comedy stage. What
in front of people watching?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, baby. I don't know.
I mean, that's a game changer, kind of like.
I don't know. I just suddenly started thinking about fucking a bitch on the San Jose Improv stage. You know what I mean? You know,
I gotta process that idea for a second.
Up, like, because like if people started laughing, you start fucking her different. You'd be like, oh, I gotta follow this.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about how was I feeling that day? You ever had sex and you're not feeling it that day, or
sex before anything makes you better at everything? Like if I have sex, if I get late, especially if it's a new person, like before you do comedy, before I play basketball, I'm hitting all my shots that night. You know,
killing it.
You bang someone new.
So there you go. I want this
what
to be.
If you have an off night during sex, and that's the night you're performing in front of everybody?
This is the funniest podcast you've ever done. Okay,
already
we're all gonna answer this question. You did some bullshit. You fucked up some shit. You know what I mean? And you know Will Smith just came and slapped you to let you know you fucked up, right? And now you've been sentenced to death. And tomorrow night, before you die, who are you gonna fuck? What comedy stage you gonna fuck? And are people gonna be there? Go.
Well, if it's my last night, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
If there's an audience, I really don't give a shit.
How many people do you want?
Can I have more than? Can it be like a menage a trois? Can I bang a couple people at once?
Dude, you tell me.
I had 30 people in my head like instantaneously.
Yeah,
right. And then also too, are you gonna hold your nut?
If it's one female,
as soon as the nut happens, that's it. That's a wrap.
Oh,
yeah, you only get one.
No, but this one I'm gonna put in work, bro.
Okay.
I don't know how to answer that question because, like, I got this like phobia
Are
thing.
you gonna masturbate right before to make sure you don't?
No,
nut?
fuck no.
You're gonna hold the nut.
I'm gonna hold that bitch for an hour and a half, bro. Hard dick, just fucking an hour and a half. fucking get.
Right.
Because I know I'm dying.
You want to hit her with that go-gurt. You don't
Oh,
want to
I
have
forgot
your
about
last
you.
nut be
Yeah.
recorded.
I
You're
want
dying?
my nut to bust so
Do you
hard.
want it to be pay-per-view? You want it to be live?
It doesn't matter if you're dead the next day. You don't
I
collect.
want to do like an Andrew Schultz special
Right.
and shit,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it a pay-per-view
Pay-per-view
for like
live,
2 weeks.
You're going out making money for your family,
Right. Who's
fucking
it gonna
someone
be?
on stage.
Who's it gonna be? Who are you gonna drop this list?
Oh, there's only one girl, man. Is Nadine Velasquez.
Oh shit! Who's Nadine?
I don't even know who that is. Yeah.
You don't know who the fuck that is?
No.
That's the. You ever watch My Name Is Earl?
I know the
About
guy
the
from
League?
Mallrats
I've heard
is
of
the
it,
star
but
of
I've
that
About the
never
show.
League. You seen
I
the
love
League?
the League.
I love the League.
Okay.
loved
What's his
it. It
name?
got dead then.
Kroll. What's Nick
Kroll? That's an old
Nick
movie.
Kroll?
Yeah.
What's his name on?
Is that the Forever and
The-
Clean
the
guy?
dude-
That catchphrase?
yeah,
it was
yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
That's the worst catchphrase ever.
Yeah, the Forever Clean dude. What's his name on the
It's
fucking?
like, why do you
what's
keep
his name
saying
on
that?
the show?
I haven't watched that show in years,
fuck?
man.
The dude that's an attorney. The one that's
I
Yeah,
love the guy.
Nick
Nick
Kroll.
the glasses.
Yeah.
I-
Well, his wife on the show.
she's. I know.
God, she is
I know what you're
banging,
talking
bro.
about. She's good looking. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's.
I don't remember.
Man,
which
I
You
get-
have to pull it up.
I'll change every
my
5 minutes to
phone's
5 minutes. I'll
fucking-
pick a different chick. My whole thing is like I don't know if I could just do that in front of people. The
And
same
then what
reason.
stage? What stage?
Oh, what stage?
Now look, and remember, 2 minute
Probably
light.
Tommy T's
Hey.
because it's my home club. I want to be at a home club, bro.
Turn from like a.
Who you gonna have open
Before
for
you die, you want to
bro?
make a porno before you die. This is,
Because it's a 2 minute light, bro. You gotta. Hey,
how many people have you asked this question? How many responses have you
I
got?
just came up with this right now.
Oh yeah, this is because now it's like you just want to film a porno.
No, just
Before-
because
so,
we're
like,
talking about how pretty that fucking stage is.
Dirty
Yeah.
Randy and shit.
Yeah.
like, this is more for you than us. And you're like,
Yeah. All right, answer. Where you fucking? Who you
The point
fucking?
I've been trying to make for a minute, like I don't know if I can do that on the stage. Like unless I'm really drunk, when I go to like urinals, like to pee, I can't pee in the stall. Or, I have to go into the closed stall. I'm not comfortable with people peeing. I can't release. So I know I just fuck in front of people, which is weird because I got a pretty nice sized cock too. So that doesn't bother me,
But can you? But then you'll just stay hard for like fucking 45 minutes straight. People are like, this dude is a beast.
Well, yeah, I'm going to
dude is
jerk
a
off like
savage.
3 times before I show up so I can perform in front of people, just because it's sex or comedy. I
All
want
right,
to
so who's it gonna
last.
be and where's it gonna be?
I don't know, ask me how old I was. When I was a kid, it'd been Michelle Pfeiffer or Meg Ryan or something,
Right.
Really?
Now it's like, only because I just saw a commercial with Megan Fox, I'm thinking of her right now. But I mean, it
Okay.
could be a million different chicks, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Chicks.
And
after I
what's the
pick-
location?
Room?
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually,
wanna-
can I change mine? I want it to be the Laugh Factory because
that's like the worst place.
only because
like
I
the
haven't
worst
been on that
place.
stage yet, and if I get to that point where I'm like, I at least got to perform.
Oh, no,
this-
no,
or
I
the
think
cellar,
Lim- I think
or the
Last
cellar
Lim-
in
You're
New
both
York,
wrong. You're both wrong. It's
I mean,
very
I'd say-
simple.
I'd say improv again.
I want to fuck
Radio City,
Sydney Steigert's mom at Madison Square Garden.
I don't.
See, that's
I
I
don't know who that is. You guys are killing
That's the fucking answer. That's who that fuck that is.
It's in Madison.
Well, it's anyone in Madison Square Garden is the answer. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, you guys are thinking small, bro.
You're right. I was thinking about rooms I've been in.
I was thinking
And
of
the thing
comedy
is, too,
clubs.
I'm gonna get off like
Are you gonna-
at the light, like I want to hit it in the 2 minutes. I want to like, and then bow.
Stupid.
Don't make that face
Mad
ever
shout
again in
out.
front of me.
Yo, Sydney Steiger's mom. Hit me up, yo, for real.
Boy Charlie Murphy, my main man, Ric James. That's the one you think, the comedian Ric James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. Thank you for watching.